Welcome back, folks. My name's Hassan, and in today's video, we're checking out this new Ulanzi fan. This is the cooling fan or camera cooling fan that comes with this nice external attachment battery. Let's get into it. So last week, or in the previous video, I made a video about this Ulanzi fan, the previous model, and I gave a verdict that I don't recommend this because the new version is out and there's a huge difference about it. So let's just put that aside because I'll make a comparison video separately. So this is a fan that you will put on the camera to cool it down. It's basic as that. But as the previous fan was very simple, this is a little more sophisticated. This has a little more things going on than the previous model. It comes in a nicer packaging as well. To be honest, I bought it on Amazon. I don't really care what the packaging looks like. I think this is just for retail. At stores, if the packaging looks nicer, there's a higher chance that people might pick it up than something else, but I don't know. I just wanted to say it out loud that this is what the box looks like. So there's two options for this. So you can either buy just the fan. So that's the fan that you're looking at right now. And this, you can either buy just the fan or the bundle with the battery. And this is what it looks like with the battery attached. Now keep in mind, there is no battery in the fan itself. So if you just buy the fan, you cannot power it on unless you plug it into an external power source, power bank, power brick, that's fine. So just keep that in mind because you can't just buy a fan and expect it to work because there's no battery in it, which is why I would recommend the bundle with the fan as well. So the battery attaches to the fan using these 4 magnets on all 4 sides, and there are these pogo pins on the fan and the battery. So you can just attach it just like that. And when you attach it, blue light will turn on. The battery will also have 4 LED lights telling you what the battery capacity is. Once you have this, and the battery is charged, you can just press the button to turn the fan on. And there are 3 different modes. There's 1, 2, and auto. The third mode says auto, but it goes a little bit faster. The other thing was that the battery can be attached on all 4 sides, but as the so you can attach it any which way, but only one way you can attach it where it will actually power the fan. Another thing to note is if you are using the battery with the fan, make sure to plug the external power source to the battery if you want to charge the battery. So this way you can charge the battery whilst the fan is running as well. All right, just real quick, this video is not sponsored. I purchased this fan and the previous fan with my own money. I bought it from Amazon. So yeah, it's not a sponsored video. So Ulanzi on their website says, or even on the packaging, calls it the thermostatic semiconductor panel in the back. And if I can show you in this camera, well, let's just peel off the plastic as well. Okay, so this is a material in the back that when I touch it, it feels like rubber. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if I was supposed to take the plastic off. Maybe I did because it did have a little flap. So instead of blowing air directly into the back of the camera and hoping for the air to cool it down, so in this version, the fan blows air in the back of the thermostatic, this material, and this thing actually cools down. Now, I wish I had, let me just turn it on. I wish I had a thermometer or some sort of a sensor to showcase, or like a heat camera to showcase how cool it gets. I don't have such a device. You have to take my word for it that now I've had it running for the past few seconds and the back of this material has gotten cooler. And maybe if the camera can pick it up, if I can put the thumb, can you see the thumb is leaving this mark? And that's because of this how cool it has gotten. The back of it feels like the inside of a refrigerator. This is very cool right now. There's lots of now marks, and these marks are just because of how cool, my hands are clean. It's just because of how cool this material is, and it's rubbery. So yeah, this is, I can be confident that this can be used at a higher performance cameras as well. I don't have one. I still only have used this with the Sony ZV-E10. And let me just zoom in a little bit. So again, the installation is still the same. You just put it in like so, and it does protrude out a little bit more, but the otherwise the fan still works the same. But this does a much better job at cooling down the camera than the previous fan. Because keep in mind, you could be in a hot environment, you could be outside under the sun, and if you're just blowing air in the back of the camera, if the air itself is hot, it's not going to do too good into the camera. This is going to be a much better option. So if you have a camera that is heating up, like the Sony ZV-E1, ZV-E10 Mark II, Sony a7C II, then I would say that something like this is going to help out cooling down the camera, because there's not many other things that you can do to cool down your camera. I mean, besides not recording under the sun, not recording in hot environment, not recording at high frame rates. But if I bought the camera, I want to use it. I want to use it in all the conditions that I want to use it at. And if I buy a camera that has the compromises of heating up, then something like this will help me out a little bit. And I don't have any stats right now. I haven't tested it in terms of taking it out under the sun and recording it, because it gets to 0 degrees Celsius here. It's difficult to test it in. I don't have those microwaves where I can put a camera inside, where some fancy YouTubers have. I just record stuff at home in my spare bedrooms. And yeah, there are a couple of things that I don't like about this. So first is this. You can see here how far out the fan plus the battery goes. It's just taking up a lot of space in the back of the camera. Now, it's not a problem for me because I don't have the cameras up against the wall. But if you do have a camera up against the wall, then just keep that in mind. The other thing is that I didn't mention in the previous video is I wish that they were automatic. There's an automatic power option. So for instance, what I'm trying to say here is that I wish there was a way where if I plug in a USB-C power input, and when I turn the power on, the fan should turn on. And if I turn the power off, the fan should turn off. All of the lights that I have, all powered by these smart plugs. And I use Google Assistant. In one of the cases, I have a fan that is barely against the wall. Still have enough space that I can put this fan behind it with the battery. But I wish there was a way where it would just turn on if power is supplied. And so I don't have to reach out in the back of the camera and just find where the button is and press it a couple times to get to the right level. I just wanted to just be automatic and not have to think about it. That would be one of my biggest gripe with this. I wish there was a way for it to be turned on when I turn the power on. That's it. That is the only thing I can think of. Let me just show you how it sounds like. This is at level 1. Now keep in mind the microphone is right next to it, so of course you're going to hear it, but if the microphone is slightly away from the camera, then you should be okay. Because the previous fan sounded pretty bad. This is V1. You can hear the high-pitched sound, and this is the new fan. So I don't know if you can hear it, but to me, the new fan, the version 2, has more of a white noise. Meanwhile, the older fan has a high-pitched tone as well. It's not that loud, but it's there. You can hear it. Meanwhile, this newer fan has as I said, just the white noise. Anyways, this is all I wanted to say in this video about this fan, as my light on the side has turned itself off for some reason. If you have any questions for the new fan or the previous fan, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Cheers.